Well, and we're back with part two. Let's see here. Everything is
Check it out.
yeah. Okay, we're golden. So yesterday we had a discussion with a gentleman that I had met for the first time. My good friend Dylan brought him in here, and it was like, whoa, what the hell? All right. And I didn't get a chance to hear more about what he actually does in his business. So I invited him back. We're here early in the morning doing what others don't do or can't do or are not willing to do. But Carlos, good morning.
Morning.
Dylan, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Dylan's a little salty this morning.
Yeah, man, we're a
Because
little bit behind
We're
schedule.
a little behind. So, Carlos, I got some questions to ask
Yes.
regarding your business and what you're doing. You gave us a quick synopsis of what you do, kind of a bird's eye view.
Yeah.
Let's dive in for the next 10 minutes or so.
All right. I'd love to do that. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to. So I run a business called the Loaded Lead Generation System.
Okay.
And so what the Loaded Lead Generation System derives from is me starting in the business as a fix and flipper and a wholesale investor. Okay. And I don't even really like the term wholesale investors because most wholesalers lack a lot of things: accountability, real systems, the foundation of truth telling.
Sure.
So there's a lot of trickery when it comes to that. And so how I gained a lot of success in the beginning was just being very forward. Like, let's say I was going to do my first deal. I'd walk up and say, hey, I've never done this before.
Right.
But I really love to help people, and I'm a problem solver by nature. So if you give me the opportunity, not only will it be mutually beneficial because I will have the opportunity to have a good outcome and make some money, but I will probably be able to help you out of situation A, situation B, situation C. And I found out very early, people really like that.
Absolutely. Authenticity, setting proper expectations. The guard comes down a lot quicker when they can feel the sincerity in what you're trying to accomplish.
All the things.
Yeah.
All the things. And to that point, it was like, hey, listen, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon. If somebody hasn't had a financial difficulty in their life, I'd probably wonder about them.
I have to agree with you on that. Yeah.
Okay. So we've all been through that. And, I started off like every other, I think real estate professional should start off, which is like door knocking, cold calling, manual texting, pulling lists, skip tracing lists. And I realized, fuck, I just named 4 or 5 things that it takes a lot of bandwidth to do. And what I mean bandwidth is like the actual mental capacity to do each task.
Correct.
And then the actual time that it takes to do each task. And then to carry out the action of knocking the door, sending the text, writing the letter, however you're trying to get to your end client or your customer to turn them into a client, right? And I was like, I can't keep doing this shit. At that time, I had a 6-month-old, okay? My wife was kind of coming back and forth from Canada, and I had moved to the United States from Canada. So I'm like, I don't have time for this, and I still need the money associated with the actual activity.
Right,
okay?
right. You still got to close deals.
I still got to close deals because it was going to either be that or I was going to be stuck in my corporate sales job. And I had just had a bunch of amazing business experiences. But true to any entrepreneur's story, things can go left really quick.
Correct.
And they did. And so I took the foundation of what I had done in real estate a long time before that. And I was like, I'm going to make this my business. First thing I did was show up in Texas, go to a mentorship. And I got this mentorship that was
Mostar. I'll be honest, Mostar. There's so many out there that it's hard to determine what their true intentions are. And a lot of time, I'll give you an example with the guy Montalongo.
Yeah.
He came into San Antonio and everybody, Montalongo. And sure enough, he was taking everybody's money.
He was Montalongo.
That's right.
And they just come and they scrape it up, right? And so, I won't say I was a complete victim of that, but there was a lot of upfront selling and expectations that were set that were never met. And because I'm such a grindaholic, like I'm such a hustleaholic, and I really love to help people. Like I said to you yesterday, I was not helped.
Right.
I was the kind of one that was asking the questions and was always gatekeeped. So I was outside of the gates. Well, once I bought my way in, by the way, I got there by selling a house that I bought 10 years before, fixed it, and 10 years later got $250,000 in appreciation. So when everything went wrong, at the same time, everything went right.
Yeah. Wow.
And so that's how I learned to focus on what's good. And that's one of my favorite actual sayings. Focus on what's good. There's always something good happening. So fast forward, I take this mentorship. I learn a lot. I start to knock the doors. I get the list a little easier. I'm associated with some people. So even if I didn't get the education, the network got me enough to really increase my net worth. So I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hire some VAs, right? Because I'm learning things.
Sure.
I'm going to hire some VAs. And I'm going to actually hire like a little small team. So some people are going to skip trace the lists. Some people are going to, scrub down the CSV files. I'm going to, target the pre-foreclosures, the divorces, the tired landlords. I think at the time it was like tax liens and notice of delinquency. Okay.
Right.
So I'm like, that's what I'm going to do specifically. But what I'm going to do different than what I'm learning here is when I approach them, I'm never going to talk about the issue. Like I'm never going to say, I'm here because I found out that you have a very specific problem. And listen, what I realized is when I did do what I was taught, people were like, fuck, get the fuck off my front porch. And, in Texas, motherfuckers is packing.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I ain't got too many times to do this before it could end up to my detriment. Anyway,
chances are in Texas, being in that situation, you got 3 or 4 families living in that house. So watch out.
Really watch out.
Yeah.
First thing I learned, if you knock the door, knock the neighbor's door to the left, the neighbor's door to the right, and the 3 neighbors across the street. Why? Because most people have a ring. And if they see you go to the other places first, they don't feel targeted. So, my whole thing is the Loaded Realty thing is a target. And it says your vision is our target. That's the mantra. And the reason why we say that is because there's a lot of sales psychology behind what you need to do in order to get somebody on your side. Because like I said yesterday, people buy things from people that they like.
Yes.
People allow you to service them based on them having some sort of liking to you. Okay. And so what I did when I hired this small team is I realized my omnipresence immediately grew. So the first deal that I actually did came from a list where I was calling, texting, and still knocking the door. I think it was 2019, January 1st, so like New Year's Day.
Okay.
I go out and I knock the door, old Jim Rohn. If it's raining now, one guy wakes up and goes, it's raining. I can't go out and sell. The other guy goes, it's fucking raining. Everybody's going to be home.
That's
right. So I'm like, New Year's Day, everybody's probably drunk, hungover. And these people that got these problems are probably still up with mad anxiety because it's a brand new month.
Yep.
First door I knock, I'm in the Volvo X60, 2015, no AC, baby in the back. We're driving a little faster so the wind hits us.
Yeah.
Okay, it's January, so lucky it's got a little bit of coolness to the air, a little crispness. I get there, first deal I ever get signed makes me $16,000. It changes everything for me.
And you were doing that in Houston?
And I was doing that in Houston.
Wow.
So what ended up happening was I took that $16,000 check. I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this for scale. So I'm going to hire 2 more VAs. We're going to triple the data.
Yep.
And I'm not going to knock the doors anymore. We're going to set up our ringless voicemail drops, our text blasts. We're going to get a little bit of omnipresent by starting to run some Facebook ads.
Right.
And I'm going to use this testimony as like my first testimony of what I really, really did.
Smart.
So I got the video. We're talking on video. This is before like everything's super popular. And I'm starting to get like inbound leads.
Right.
Okay. So I got the outbound stuff going. I got the inbound stuff going. And I don't have to do so much more manual labor. Right.
Well, and back to kind of what we were talking about yesterday, I don't even know if you knew it or not, but you are already incorporating something into your business that allowed you to multiply.
Yes.
That whole automate, delegate stuff that I was talking about.
Yes.
You were doing that.
And I didn't know. I didn't know at all. But all I knew was I forgot to tell you this part. My wife was pregnant with my next kid.
Oh, wow.
So the pressure.
These fools didn't have a TV.
No, we didn't have. It wasn't no time, and it was hot. You know what I mean? So the heat. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, another baby, right?
Hey.
So fast forward. I'm like, you know what? I'm having a lot of success in this, but this is what really happened. Realtors started messaging me and be like, yo, I don't even know you. Where did you come from? Because, the real estate industry in Houston.
It's a small community, no matter how big the city is.
No matter how big the city is. And I'm putting like under contract. So everything that I see them doing, I'm doing without a license. So they're like, you can't, like most realtors are indoctrinated. So the first thing they're saying is, you can't do this. And I'm like, why not? I just did it, right? And then I get messages like, I'm going to see you in an orange jumpsuit one day. I'm like, hopefully it's Prada. You know what I mean? The fuck are you talking about? Because I truly, ignorance is bliss. I don't know what they're talking about, but I don't have time for that shit. I need to run up like 100 in the next 90 days, right?
Yeah.
So next deal we get in the pipeline, we're closing them in like 45 days. I'm building relationships with the title companies and things of this nature. I'm like, I think I figured this shit out. And I think I figured it out way more than the people that I even learned from in the community that I'm kind of bringing more education and more value to.
Right.
So I created this little package. And I called our thing was called Connect Property, connecting the right people to the right properties and the right solutions. So I was like, okay, that shit's. I still got the little emblem. True to my nature, I bought a chain.
Nor does it have a negative. but nor does it have a negative connotation to it when you are truly, in many cases, helping these people.
Without a shadow of a doubt. So the whole Connect Property was like, no, listen, I'm literally so one thing that was like my staples, I would never lie. I'm not going to be like, yeah, I'm the end buyer. Here's my fake earnest money.
Right.
Here's my fake proof of fund. I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm going in like, I'm the guy that knows the guy, and I have all the energy in the world to get this shit done. So while you're stressed out, and I completely understand how you could feel that way in this particular moment in time.
Sure.
Like, I'm coming through with the strap and the bat. If I got to beat him with it or shoot him with it, I got you. And they're like, I like him.
Yeah.
And I believe him. And so that was the foundation of our business. Okay, fast forward 5 years later. I'm trying to do business with realtors, but they suck. And what I mean when I say they suck, I have something under contract. I have something that we're thinking about bringing to the market now because there's not enough margin for them with the financial position that they're in to be able to give it to an investor at 60, 70, 80, 85% and for them to make the spread because it's got to be mutually beneficial for everybody involved. And what I realized is a lot of wholesalers were so buying the dream of like, let me just get anything under contract in any way without knowing any numbers and just pray that I sell it. I'm like, you're wasting a lot of time.
In addition, I think that's also why wholesalers got a bad rap is they were hiring people that were, and I don't want to use age, but younger, naive,
less experienced,
and not just in that, but in life. So they're just going through the motions of, I'm going to knock on this door. And if I get them to say yes, I get my $500 commission while the person that taught me how to do this makes the money.
Also, the person that you're trying to service is getting fucked.
That's right.
Because they're getting little to nothing except the fuck out of their house.
Correct.
But what are we going to do to help them in their situation moving forward? Because there is a next step. And so what I would say to anybody that's out there that's listening to the YouTube gurus and stuff is like, get yourself in the paint. What I mean when I say that is, and I said this to you guys yesterday, you got to swim. If you want to swim, you got to get in. And so you can't just listen to the information. You have to take some sort of action towards it, but have some sort of moral compass. Like, start from within. Think, if I was in this situation, how would I want to be served? And so what I really mean when I say that is I brought like a moral foundation to a place that was very immoral and there was little to no direction. And so when Loaded Lead Generation System truly came about, it was like, the realtors were like, okay, well then show me. And then I'd show them and they'd fight it because they were so indoctrinated. Well, you can't do that. You can't have this contract and I can't sell it on the market and then pay you. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
That's exactly right.
Just do what the fuck I'm telling you. And then you'll see that you can do it.
Right.
So what we talked about yesterday, if you give somebody something for free, they disrespect it. But when you start charging them for it, they go, this motherfucker's a genius.
That's right.
So I didn't even want to actually charge them for it in the beginning. I just wanted people to be on my team.
Right.
But I couldn't get them to do it. Mm. So then I created a little program.
Okay.
This whole loaded agent thing. And I wasn't an agent. I was just needing agents for the deals that were slim.
Sure.
Every problem gives you an opportunity, right? And so now I got this thing that I'm selling for about roughly $4,000 to $10,000, and they're coming for the education, and I'm giving them the systems and I'm giving them the platform. And one day I run into this virtual assistant who had became the king virtual assistants of all. And he has like a call center with like 600 people, and they're good, right? He's got connections in Venezuela. He's got connections in Egypt. He's got connections in the Philippines, and they speak really good English. And the way I'm explaining it to him is like, listen, at the end of the day, when you call like Amex, you're talking to VAs. When you call like Firestone and you're not talking to the actual call center that's selling you the tires, you're talking to VAs. And so it doesn't matter. This is the wave regardless, because in the United States, we need some sort of labor that's 24 hours. And it just so happens that if you want to call something 24 hours, it's 8 a.m. over there.
Absolutely.
So it's just working out. I'm like, you know what? Can we do something in tandem and just make this work collaboratively? And he's like, hell yeah, we can. So I'm like, cool. So the next thing I do is I'm now giving realtors all these different services. I'm building in the packages. I got different tiers, and some realtors are like killing it. First 30 days, 25 grand. First 60 days, 100 grand. I'm like, told you, right? Mm-hmm. But they're paying me for it now so that they really, really, truly understand it.
Right.
Because now we're setting up their CRM. Now we're setting up their automations. Now we're setting up their workflows. Now we're setting up their text blasts. Now we're doing outbound calls. Now we're setting up their Facebook pages, their Instagrams. We're setting up their whole aesthetic.
Absolutely.
He does all of it. Of all the people and the packages and the things, this is why I brought him, because I'm like, wait, you're doing that too? And
Yeah.
even yesterday we were talking about, we're going to do this. We're going to do
It
this. He's
wasn't
like,
a half-ass gimmick.
no,
Yeah.
it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to show you how you should hopefully blow up your page. He's like, hey, I'm not even going to leave it up to you because I know how to do it.
Right.
You're going to film, but we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this, and make sure it's done the way it needs to be done.
Right.
So it doesn't even leave room for error. And I was like,
And so, when I got with Dylan, what made it was synergy.
Mhm.
It was like we would be the only way, and we said this yesterday, the only way it could be fucked up is if we did it. The
Right.
only way it could be fucked up is if we fucked it up. Because other than that, what we were doing had so much synergy, we were already doing it.
And what's
Yep.
funny here, and I'm going to pause there to bring back 2 seconds. Guys, if you're really serious about leveraging your time, growing your business, scaling, consider a virtual assistant. I've had a virtual
100%.
assistant for the past 2 years. It has changed my life. It is not as expensive as you think. And the value that you can get out of the people that are willing to do all of the little busy, tedious little work for you, that if you try and pay someone here to do it, it just doesn't work.
Yep.
If you don't have one or don't have an outlet for it, shoot me a DM or whatever you want to call those things. We've got some good people for you. But on your side of the tracks, you were doing something that every single salesperson should be doing,
Yeah.
but they don't, because they don't, I guess, believe in it enough for all of the chains to be put together in the all the links in
Yes.
the chain to be put together to make it a strong chain.
Let me touch on what you just said.
Yeah.
Another thing is, culturally, when you hire a virtual assistant, they're very appreciative.
Oh my God.
And unfortunately, you see my this
Mhm.
message I showed you yesterday. So unfortunately, and shameless plug, theloadedagent.com, you can go onto the website and you can literally see every service that we offer in every tier.
Okay.
And we have a virtual assistant we've been training for the last 6 years.
That's awesome. Okay.
And we train them in like the batches, 100 at a time, 50 at a time. And just to give you guys straight gems, because I don't mind, and I told you this yesterday, I'll
Yes,
tell you
sir.
exactly what I use and exactly what I do. We use Loom and Trainual. So when we use Trainual, we can just pretty much make the module
Mhm.
and have them check off what they've done.
Yep.
Then they'll shoot a video that mirrors the information that we've given them so that we can hear them, we
Yep.
can rebuttal them, and then we get on live calls and we just razz them up. Basically, I don't want this shit. Don't fucking. I completely understand, sir. I apologize. I'm here to be a blessing and not a burden. If I kind of rubbed you the wrong way this morning, I just want to apologize and I want you to have a great rest of your day. Right. And then they just exit the call and people are like, wait, who you with?
Mhm.
So the little things that we train them on, okay, it separates them from the pack. Here's the next thing. When you talk about like the busy work, you give that, I'm sorry, America, you give it to like somebody that lives in North America and they're like, fuck this shit. I'm only getting this amount of money.
You're right. You're one.
mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, the first 2 weeks after having my virtual assistant, shout out Akash.
Yes.
You'll see this tomorrow. It's already today over there. I'm always like,
Yeah,
take
yeah.
care of tomorrow.
Yeah.
But after the first 2 weeks of having a virtual assistant, I went to my wife and was like, I cannot believe how grateful this guy is to take on work.
Bro.
And he's like, can I do more?
Bro, they have like doctorates and MBAs and shit in their country. They're intelligent. It's
Right.
So I have this thing called the Novation Calculator and the
Okay.
Deal Calculator. And basically I have a guy, June, shout out to June and shout out to Cyrell, who will see this and edit it and check. Okay.
Mhm.
He literally created my calculator, does my Excel spreadsheets and puts all the values in them. So whatever I wanted to, and I don't even know how to do that shit. Delegate, elevate, regulate, Warren G, where you at? I'm not even bullshit. So now when the person comes to me, they go like this. They get, not only do they get, we pull the list, we help them with the data, we do the marketing. Now we set up their Facebook, their Instagram, their website. We give them omnipresence because their brand needs to have authority. So if you're going to be good at what you do, eventually you're going to want to be able to back out of it. Listen, I have massages booked. I have dates booked. My virtual assistants literally run my life. They pay my Reliant bill. They have my credit card numbers, dude. Like it just is what it is. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, what you have to be able to do inside of your business, if you want it to scale, is walk away from your business at some point in time.
You know what? That's how you should figure out how to be able to walk away from your business. And I'm not saying walk away, strike a match, see you later type concept. The idea is it's time for me to go on vacation. Am I going to put a whole week of me behind by doing that? No, the goal is I want to be able to set things up in my business that I can walk away, and it still runs.
You come back to a full pipeline.
That's right.
So last night, me and Dylan were talking. We were super excited because I'm not gonna lie, like you probably thought I was in love with this guy because I'm like, yo,
No,
I already knew.
I talked to my wife about you. No joke. Yeah.
Not
real.
the same thing.
There's
So
some
we,
synergy
were, we
here.
were really weird last night because I was talking to my wife on the way home, like, you got Big D and Mark Jones. He's like, yeah, what the fuck y'all doing up there? Like, but I'm telling you, what's happening right here,
Right.
trust me, we're going to duplicate that back in Houston, and we're going to have the opportunity to serve so many people because here's what it is. It's finance and credit, right? It's mortgage and loan, and it's education,
All day.
and it's real estate.
Yes, sir.
And that's what, no matter what we feel,
That's correct.
that's what runs the whole entire shit. It's the propeller. It's the engine.
I'll even go deeper than that.
We're in a place.
If that's what you meant, maybe I think this is what you meant. And everything revolves around those three things.
Everything.
And insurance.
And insurance.
Because you got to have it.
Because you got, I mean, come on. If you don't think just in case shit,
Right.
you don't know Justin.
That's what I call it, just in case.
You don't know Justin because that motherfucker be coming in case.
Exactly what I call it.
Okay. And I'm without a shadow of a doubt, what we all have kind of grown up in, and before we went live, we were talking about, racism and how everybody has a little, and, understanding and cultural diversity and differences and similarities. And
Yeah.
we all have that, right? Like you got to have a white guy. Shout out.
Inherently.
Right. But you could tell by the sleeve, he could probably throw some sauce on some shit and leave it in the smoker it's not time for it to be properly tender.
You bet.
Right. So the whole point is this. It's that for people got to be able to feel like they can trust you.
Yeah.
And without a shadow of a doubt, like I already feel that. That's the biggest compliment I can give you is like, bro, I trust you.
Yeah.
Help me. That's the next biggest compliment. Ask have the balls
Ask. Yes, sir.
to say, man, Mark, can you, I want to do this shit in Houston. Can you help me? Would you help me? Just to put yourself out there vulnerably. And so what I'm trying to do with the whole loaded lead generation system, the James Warren Group, and now Key Factors
There you go.
and fucking LoanBot is like give more people an opportunity to get in the game. And so once I started to realize, damn, this is way bigger than me because this changed my life in like 36 months. Shit that me and my wife, but first of all, we always had very big aspirations, like to the point where it made our friend group small because they were like, who the fuck do you guys think you are?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I guess we just got to hang out with D and Theo because like, we ain't got to be, you know what I mean? And I got to hang out with you and your, because it's like, what's happening right here in this pod, in this room is going to transcend across the nation. I'm telling you, because it only takes a few to serve the many.
That's very true.
Yep.
That's very true.
It can't even be the many serving the many because there's
Put
always
it this way, it ain't gonna happen anyway.
it ain't gonna happen anyway.
Yep.
It ain't gonna happen anyway. By the way, that methylene blue got my shit. Like
I
my
told
forehead is
you.
warm.
I told
My
you.
words are connecting on a different level. I'm
told
thinking
you.
ahead of my thoughts. So like, I've already thought the thought, worked it out, and now it's insane.
I told you.
It's and I'm like warm.
I thought
You know
it
what I
was
mean?
bullshit too, and then I was like, okay, I'm now a week later, and I'm not.
I'm warm.
It's not wearing off.
I'm not even warm. It feels. I'm not even. It's not even wearing off.
So, what he's talking about, guys out there, I recently started taking methylene blue. I do it every morning, throw it in my shake or something like that, and it's for cognitive functions. It's for do the research.
Do the research, 'cause I'm
not doing
warm.
any more on that.
Yeah, so man, basically what I wanted to say is, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to talk about the lead generation system. But what I realized with LoanBot, what I realized with the James Warren Group is that, we each have a very intricate piece of this Triforce. And, by putting them together, there's just going to be a lot of opportunity. I went through your whole page last night. I love how it was entertaining. I love how it was educational. I love how it was up to date.
Yeah.
And you put a lot of time, energy, and effort into giving the people. You guys are super blessed to have the opportunity to be inside of these conversations because it's these conversations that rule the nation and they'll change your life.
Absolutely.
The information will change your situation.
Well, this was nice having this come back, circle back around, cap off some of the things we didn't get to talk about yesterday.
Yes, thank you.
Now, there's a couple of things that I do want to talk about when I bring you back.
Yes.
That you have mentioned. Number one being you mentioned don't be afraid to ask. And as a matter of fact, We launched LoanBot on a beta at the end of July. Was it June or July? Anywho. And after the seminar, June, yes. After the seminar that we gave, we were sitting around having some cocktails and just taking it in because it was awesome. We had launched. We were the pretty girl at the dance.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to know what we were doing, who we were.
Yeah.
And one of my partners looked over at me, and I was kind of tearing up a little bit.
Yeah.
And he said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Man, this seems to be something that I have always worked for. And I never thought that I would be here because it was just,
I got
damn,
goosebumps from you saying
another challenge, another roadblock." I'm like, bring it the fuck on.
Yeah. I know that feeling.
And he told me one thing that stuck, and I will never forget it. And I will never stop doing it now. Which he said, "Mark, you are the CEO. You are our leader. I want you to never stop asking for something that you need. Do not be afraid to ask for something that you need." He said, "You ask, chances are we'll be able to provide or we'll be able to figure it out. But if you don't ask, we don't know."
Bro.
And from that day, I ask.
Bro.
Because you never know.
Like last night, I was asking Dylan for all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
Like,
you never know.
I'm like,
That's
listen,
right.
like I believe in God. I just do. And there's no way that any of this, there is no coincidences.
Yeah.
There's just none. And so I'm just like, this is what I need. This is what I need. If you can, get it done. I know you can.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I need from Mark. And you just put that together because I know you guys already have it and you've got a little bit closer proximity.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to work out for all of us. Because if anybody knows anything about me, I'm not winning the way that I want to win unless I got a few good men.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And so I know that it's going to be hard. I know that it's going to be a battle. I know it's probably going to be uphill, but that's what's so rewarding about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
And like I said, it's just, when I thought about the things that we do and how easily, unfortunately, there's this really, really long road of like the unknown.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden it clicks like a seatbelt and you're safe.
I love it. So, gentlemen, we're going to end this bad boy. But when I bring you back and you guys tell me how soon you want to do it, I want to have a conversation because I know you both can add to this. Everybody talks about their tech stack. Everybody talks about their tech stack.
Yeah.
But nobody talks about how they're stacking their tech.
It's my tech stack is tech
Does
stack.
that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see your tech stack.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yep.
But how are you stacking it?
Yes.
What are you using? What goes where, when, and
How
why?
do you execute?
They can
What are
tell you-
what are the KPIs?
Yep.
Yes.
They can tell you the subscriptions they pay for, but they can't tell you how they all work together and what they use them
In
for.
unison. That's exactly
Mm-hmm.
right. So, ladies and gentlemen out there listening to this, I hope you got something out of this short little pod today. But the next time I have these two cats back, we'll be talking about tech stacking and how the stacks are actually leveraged and utilized. And I think that's going to be a great conversation.
I'm already excited as hell about it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the thing that they won't give you.
No, sir.
You
No,
know,
sir.
They
They
fear.
want to sprinkle it.
That's
They wanna
right.
sprinkle, oh, you could do this and this and this and this, but if you buy this, I'll show you how to. All right.
I'm like, yo, just come to the
Exactly.
thing. I'll show you exactly what I
Mhm.
do. Like I told you guys yesterday, who's going to execute it.
Carlos, I'm immensely grateful for you. I'm Dylan. Thank you for putting Carlos in my life, in the path, in the journey. Safe trip back to Houston.
Thank you, sir.
Hope you crush it at your next
Thank
event
you.
that you're headed to.
Thank you.
Guys, gals out there, hope you're getting something out of these discussions because as my commitment to you, I promise to bring you people that will be honest, transparent, provide value without asking for shit in return. Other than that, we'll catch you on the next one. If you're still sending out pre-approval letters and praying your realtor send you the next lead, you're already behind.
Top producers are winning because they're giving their agents more than just rate sheets and donuts. They're giving them LoanBot. With LoanBot, you can offer realtors a white-labeled, co-branded digital mortgage tool that they send straight to their buyers. It's like giving them a mini loan officer in their pocket. Available 24/7, fully loaded, and branded with your name and their trust. Buyers can self-diagnose, compare loan programs, check real numbers, search properties, and explore down payment assistance without blowing you up at 10 p.m. And the best part? You see everything. every scenario, every lead, every milestone. You're looped in the whole way. LoanBot isn't a widget. It's the referral machine you've been waiting for. Here's the deal. Your realtors can get it from us directly for $9.99 a month. But it'd be in your best interest if they got it from you. Either way, they're going to get it. White labeled, co-branded, transparent, and more.
Sign up for your demo with our team of innovators.